It's fair to say that Navy ships are a critical part of navies around the world. They enable naval forces to control vital sea lanes, ensuring the safe access of military personnel. They play a vital role in providing maritime security, including countering any attacks from enemy ships. Naval forces often use ships to carry out amphibious missions, including the movement of troops and equipment from sea to land. The versatility and mobility of Navy ships also make them responsible for responding to any natural disasters. Many naval craft, such as aircraft carriers and amphibious assault ships, serve as platforms for naval aviation. These ships extend the reach and capabilities of aircraft, enabling them to operate over vast oceanic areas. While ships play a prominent role in projecting power in the seas, they're not prone to enemy engagements. Naval ships are at a constant risk from aerial attacks, which makes the aerial defense system a necessary component of the ship's combat capabilities. Aerial defense systems are specially designed to identify and destroy a wide array of attacks, such as anti-ship missiles, unmanned aerial vehicles, also known as UAVs, as well as enemy aircraft. With evolving technology, the air defense systems of the Navy are continuously being upgraded to face the challenges that come with newer and more advanced aerial threats. Along with aerial systems, the close-in weapon systems of point defense systems are also a crucial component of the Navy's air defense systems. These weapon systems stand as the last barricade of protection against incoming threats, such as small boats, aircraft, and anti-ship missiles. Usually, the close-in weapon systems are mounted on the decks of naval warships and are used as a last line of defense against enemy attacks that have somehow penetrated the ship's external defenses. These systems normally consist of a fast-fire raid gun like a Gatling gun, a radar system that allows the tracking of incoming attacks, and a laser tracking system that tracks and engages targets. Close-in weapon systems are generally controlled by a fire control system that integrates all of the system components and fires the gun at the threats automatically. Before being approved to be used on the ship, every component of the close-in weapon system, or CIWS, goes through extensive testing programs that guarantee the reliability, efficiency, and effectiveness of the system. Data is sent from radar and laser tracking systems to the FCS, which then uses this data to determine the threat's distance, bearing, and velocity. The FCS then calculates the best solution to neutralize the target and sends commands to the gun to open fire at the targets. During NATO's Joint Warrior Exercise, which took place off the coast of Scotland, a simulation of an air attack against the Spanish warship Méndez Núñez activated the weapons on both of its sides. 70 aircraft and more than 40 warships and submarines from 14 different NATO countries participated in the Joint Warrior Exercise. The primary purpose of this exercise was to evaluate and test the ability of NATO forces to seek and intercept simulated air threats. This would help in improving their coordination and make them respond quickly to real-life air attacks, also increasing the teamwork capability between these forces, which is one of the most essential factors for effective aerial defense operations. NATO, along with the Joint Warrior Exercise, also has quick reaction training sessions. They're also known as the Quick Reaction Alert or Immediate Reaction Forces and are vital components of the collective defense strategies of these forces. These training drills include the activation of air defense systems, such as surface-to-air missiles and anti-aircraft weapons, to counter any aerial threats. These training sessions held by NATO vary depending on the specific environment of the threats and the readiness requirements of the alliance. However, conducting these exercises regularly is important to maintain the high level of readiness that's required for NATO's collective defense. Naval Electromagnetic Operations, or NEMO exercises, are a series of different exercises designed with the help of multinational collaborations. These exercises mainly aim to enhance the swiftness and interoperability of participating Navy forces in the electronic warfare empire. The exercise provides an opportunity to collect data, analyze, and learn more about the ship technology's capability and extended vulnerabilities. These exercises further highlight the importance of developing and refining the ability of the naval forces to utilize electronic warfare tactics, techniques, and procedures with full effectiveness to gain an upper hand against potential threats and maintain their maritime dominance. The participating Navy forces practice jamming the radars and communication systems of the enemies to impact their capabilities and protect their allied forces. One of the most effective ways to protect ships against enemies is aircraft carriers. Mounted on the decks and the massive superstructure of the aircraft carriers are 50 caliber machine guns, which protect from a wide array of threats. Aircraft carriers have played a major role for the United States Navy in maritime warfare history. Many people visualize aircraft carriers as floating cities. These carriers can house up to 6,000 crew members and sailors aboard, approximately 100 fighter jets, each of which is worth over $30 million, as well as various other luxury facilities you'd find in a city. The carrier weighs more than 100,000 tons and is over 1,000 feet long. The biggest aircraft carrier in the world is the Gerald R. Ford class, and it has a load displacement of 100,000 tons. The first carrier in the class, USS Gerald R. Ford, CVN-78, was delivered to the U.S. Navy in May of 2017. It was officially deployed for duty in July of 2017 and achieved initial operational capability in December of 2021. The carrier features a 78-meter-wide flight deck and is equipped with an electromagnetic aircraft launch system and advanced arresting gear. The carrier can store more than 75 aircraft and house more than 4,500 crew members, which include personnel, the ship's company, the air wing, and other support staff. The Gerald R. Ford class carrier is powered by two A-1B nuclear reactors that offer 250% more electricity capacity than the Nimitz-class carriers, which are another one of the U.S. Navy's aircraft carrier classes. The artillery on the carrier includes RIM-162 Evolved Sea Sparrow missiles, Phalanx Close-In Weapon System, or CIWS, and the Rolling Airframe Missiles, also known as RAMs. Along with the Gerald R. Ford class, the U.S. Navy holds power over another aircraft carrier class known as the Nimitz class. With a load displacement limit of approximately 97,000 tons, the Nimitz-class carrier is the world's second largest aircraft carrier class. The first carrier of this class started its duty in May of 1975. Each carrier of the Nimitz class was specially designed to serve and operate for 50 years and only required one midlife overhaul. The role of these aircraft carriers included safeguarding against small boat attacks and providing protection and support for amphibious missions. They're used as the last resort against any incoming aircraft. Regardless of not being the latest technology, these 50 caliber machine guns can prove to be very effective against light aircraft, such as helicopters and low-altitude flying airplanes. A lightweight infrared homing surface-to-air missile, known as the Rolling Airframe Missile, or RAM, has been developed by a company named Raytheon. The RAM's designed to neutralize various threats, including helicopters, missiles, and fighter jets. The missile has a range of up to 2.4 miles with an infrared seeker that allows it to detect and track its enemies. The missile is powered by a solid-fuel rocket motor. The infrared seeker is fitted on the front of the missile, and when the RAM is fired, the seeker locks onto the missile and guides it to the interception point to explode on impact. The naval formation concept came to life in the 17th century. The invention of steam power in the 19th century revolutionized naval warfare and led to the formation of battle groups, with their center being on the aircraft carriers and their escorts. Navy forces nowadays utilize a variety of different group formations to support sea control, dominance projection, and expeditionary warfare. Carrier strike groups, amphibious ready groups, surface action groups, and expeditionary strike groups are among the most recognizable formations that are utilized. Carrier strike groups provide a remarkable offensive capability and also are a wonderful tool, and this versatility of these groups is what makes them suitable for carrying out operations. A carrier strike group is the most powerful type of formation used by the Navy. It consists of an aircraft carrier, its associated air wing, and also several escort ships. The USS Carl Vinson is a Nimitz-class aircraft carrier that's also the flagship of the Carl Vinson Carrier Strike Group. It comes armed with a wide array of guns, missiles, and aircraft and can also carry up to 90 aircraft. The Nimitz class is fueled by two nuclear reactors, providing a maximum speed of more than 30 knots. 20mm Phalanx CIWS missile defense cannons, rams, and NATO RIM-7 Sea Sparrow missile launchers for anti-ship and anti-aircraft usage are mounted on the ship and help to defend it against any potential threats. The ship also features specialized aircraft such as the F-4 Phantom and F-14 Tomcat jets designed to intercept enemy aircraft and eliminate them as well. Slower A-6 and A-7 Corsair bombers are also installed on the carrier to pound any surface targets. The ships that are classified in the Nimitz class are scheduled to be replaced by the Gerald R. Ford class next-generation aircraft carriers when they reach the end of their deployment lives. Two Nimitz-class aircraft carriers, the USS George Washington, CVN-73, and USS John C. Stennis, CVN-74, are currently undergoing the process of midlife refueling complex overhauls. The overhauls are expected to allow the vessels to remain in service and serve the United States Navy for another 25 years. This group also includes the Ticonderoga-class guided missile cruiser USS Lake Champlain and the Arleigh Burke-class guided missile destroyer USS Wayne E. Meyer and USS Michael Murphy. These massive ships are responsible for protecting the Carrier Strike Group, or CSG, from submarine and surface threats. Guided missile cruisers are huge, heavily armed warships that play an essential role in modern naval warfare. These cruisers usually come equipped with a variety of missiles, guns, and radar systems, enabling them to defend against many air, surface, and underwater threats. The USS Bunker Hill is an Arleigh Burke-class guided missile cruiser that features a variety of missiles, including the SM-2 surface-to-air missiles, Tomahawk cruise missiles, and Harpoon anti-ship missiles. Furthermore, the Ohio-class ballistic missile submarines, like the USS Henry M. Jackson, are a class of nuclear-powered submarines that come armed with submarine-launched ballistic missiles. These submarines are incredibly powerful and are the largest submarines ever built. They also play a vital role in the United States nuclear deterrent strategy. These Ohio-class submarines can carry up to 24 Triton II SLBMs, with the capability of carrying up to 8 multiple independently targetable reentry vehicles. The USS Henry M. Jackson has been sent out on operation several times worldwide. The submarine was also sent to contribute to Operation Desert Storm. The United Kingdom Carrier Strike Group is a formidable naval formation that is led by the HMS Queen Elizabeth, the largest aircraft carrier ever built in British history. The Carrier Strike Group comprises a range of destroyers and frigates from the UK and the Netherlands, the USS The Sullivans, and also 15 F-35 Lightning II aircraft from UK 67 Squadron and the Marine Fighter Attack Squadron 211 are also part of this group. The F-35 Lightning II is one of the most capable and powerful fighter jets of the US Navy fleet. The Lockheed Martin F-35 Lightning is a multi-role stealth fighter that stands as the pinnacle of advanced technology and as the climax of decades of progressive research and collaborative efforts. This world-class fighter emerged from the Joint Strike Fighter program and is considered one of the most advanced aircraft ever built. An ambitious fusion of various combat aircraft initiatives dating back to the 1980s and early 1990s, the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, or DARPA, advanced the idea of the Advanced Short Takeoff and Landing Project, which is known as the Stovall Project. The project was initiated back in 1983 and was in play till 1994. Although the F-35 took its first flight in 2006, it swiftly turned from a concept to the backbone of modern air dominance. However, we wouldn't see the F-35 entering active service until 2015. When Lockheed Martin took on the task of creating the most advanced fighter jet on the planet, they were serious about the results. During the process of the F-35's development, it went under numerous extensive tests, including spending time in a specialized climactic chamber. This chamber is the place where the aircraft can be put under a variety of different conditions, including extreme sub-zero cold temperatures and burning hot heat. This allows the engineers and test pilots to get a real idea of how the F-35 will perform in extreme climate situations. The F-35 is to remain stationary, being subjected to these tests, while simulating different flight modes, such as conventional takeoff and landings or CTOL, and short takeoff vertical landings or STOVL. These flight modes depend on the variant of the aircraft that is being tested at the time. The F-35 Lightning II was revealed in 3 distinct variants, each variant designed specially for specific operational environments. The F-35A is the conventional takeoff and landing or CTOL variant and represents the standard model engineered for traditional runways, fulfilling the basic needs of various air forces, including the United States Air Force. In light of this, the F-35B caters to more technical and specialized needs. With its short takeoff and vertical landing or STOVL abilities, the F-35B is an ideal fit for the U.S. Marine Corps, which often operates in more restricted or improvised airstrips. In addition to these aircraft, the massive destroyers and frigates as part of the carrier group are armed with sonar systems and torpedoes that detect and engage with adversary submarines and eliminate them to provide protection. Aircraft carriers are some of the most powerful warships in the world and are absolutely essential to project superiority globally. They come equipped with several weapon systems to defend themselves from different threats. Additionally, ship preparedness training is one crucial factor in making sure that the carrier and its crew stay sharp and respond to any threat quickly. For this purpose, the sailors and personnel on the aircraft carrier undergo extensive and rigorous training sessions, which help in increasing their responsiveness and proficiency, as these aircraft carriers also protect the integrity of the nation. Lastly, it's important to give credit to the hard-working crew that works day and night to maintain these massive ships, and it's due to their dedication that these aircraft carriers stay in their prime. That's the end of the video. We hope you enjoyed it. Now don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel with the bell notification on, so you'll always stay updated when we post new content to the channel. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.